This is Mac OS Ken.
iPhone 14 is running on time. Did somebody say too many chips? And is Congress sure it wants to clamp down on big tech? It is Friday, the 15th of July, 2022. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Notion, one workspace for your whole team. Learn more and get started for free at notion.com/macOSKen. This show is also sponsored by Upstart, fair and fast personal loans. It can be hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel when you have high interest debt. And sometimes it can be even harder to ask for help. That is where Upstart comes in. Upstart-powered personal loans can help you pay down high-interest debt all online with simple and easy-to-understand payment terms. You're more than just your credit score. Upstart knows that. So instead of just your credit score, Upstart's model considers additional factors like your income, employment, and other information provided in your loan application to find you a smarter rate for your loan. You can check your rate in minutes for loans between $1,000 to $50,000 without impacting your credit score, and you can receive funds as fast as one business day after accepting your loan. Don't wait and check your rate today at upstart.com/macOSKen. UPSTART. That's upstart.com/macOSKen to check your rate today. Don't forget to use my URL to let them know I sent you. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Go to upstart.com/macOSKen. While the world has been out of whack for years now, news of something refreshingly normal. Cult of Mac cites a report from IT Home saying Apple has begun to test production of the iPhone 14 and plans to mass produce it in August. If so, the cult says that puts it on schedule to launch in September, which is oh so comforting in its normalcy. The same piece has Apple reportedly facing difficulty getting displays for the largest phone at the high end of its planned offerings. That may leave Apple's premium 14 in short supply to start. Again, kind of comforting because kind of normal. News that sounds weird at first. A report from Gizmodo has Apple processor partner TSMC complaining of excessive chip inventory. I'm sorry, it's not fair to say complaining. Also, what? Too many chips? When for months it's been too few? Relax, it still is. What the world's been short on is legacy chips, the kinds used in cars and data centers. Supply for those is still tight, according to Gizmodo. As for the more modern processors, the report has TSMC indicating that softening demand in PCs, smartphones, and other consumer segments has led to an excess inventory in the semiconductor supply chain. The chipmaker predicts it will take a few quarters before things rebalance. What's the problem? You name it. Anybody building out their home office has probably gotten that done over the past couple of years. There's geopolitical tension, there's soaring inflation, and there's the meltdown in crypto. Another culprit of the chip supply shortage, says Gizmodo, crypto mining has imploded in recent months as crypto values continue their bottomless freefall. It looks like rough sledding near term for the chip maker, though things should smooth out. TSMC CEO C.C. Wei is quoted in the report saying, while macroeconomic headwinds bring near-term uncertainties that may persist, we believe the fundamental structural growth trajectory in the long-term semiconductor demand remains firmly in place. less, the sun will come out tomorrow. More, it can't rain all the time. A seismic shift seen by Sensor Tower. A piece from The Hollywood Reporter has the app business tracker indicating that user spending on non-game apps in Apple's App Store in the U.S. now outpaces mobile game spending for the first time ever. Just barely, but still. The piece says subscription models drove non-game spending to 50.3% of the mobile apps market, passing $1 billion in revenue. Why is The Hollywood Reporter reporting on this? Because Hollywood has a lot to do with it. According to the piece, the majority of non-game app revenue can be attributed to a select group of apps that primarily operate off subscription revenue. As of the second quarter, there are 7 non-gaming apps that receive more than $50 million in consumer spending: YouTube, HBO Max, TikTok, Tinder, Disney+, Hulu, and Bumble. Evercore analyst Amit Daryanani has a message for Capitol Hill. U.S. citizens aren't really into the whole regulating big tech thing. That is the finding of a series of surveys by the Chamber of Progress. Worth noting, as Daryanani does, that is an organization funded by big tech. Apple 3.0 ran part of Daryanani's note. According to that, the surveys were conducted across 27 states, and each survey asked 500 people in the state a variety of questions about big tech regulations. Their findings, according to Daryanani, only 4% of respondents listed regulating big tech companies as a priority, by far the least selected of the 8 options. Less than 25% have deep concerns about how technology companies operate, while the other 75+% either have no concerns or have some concerns but believe the positives outweigh the negatives. 53% of respondents feel that big tech antitrust regulations will have a negative impact on their life, and the results were bipartisan, with no significant delta in how red versus blue states responded. Summing up the findings, Daryanani says antitrust action will remain a risk for Apple, but these results seem to confirm that average voters rank antitrust regulation as a low priority. In our view, this reduces the risk of material legislation passing Congress, as representatives are more likely to focus on issues that are of higher... I'm sorry. Let me do that again. In our view, this reduces the risk of material legislation passing Congress, as representatives are more likely to focus on issues that are of higher priority to their voters. That is practically Capra-esque. Then again, Apple 3.0's Philip Elmer-DeWitt says the Chamber of Progress has been using its survey results to put pressure on Congress to back off. Daryanani has an outperform rating on Apple shares. His price target on the shares is $180. More news in a moment, but first a word from Notion, one workspace for your whole team. Not all work collaboration tools are created equal. Some help you organize your company's information. Others allow you to manage projects together. Notion does both. It is one tool for your whole team to do it all. With powerful integrations and seamless navigation, you will have everything you need in one spot, so you can make speed your advantage without the silos and context switching that can slow companies down. And here's my favorite part. Notion has a worldwide network of millions of users creating templates, tutorials, and new inspiration. They are sharing what they have learned, which should make your experience even better. Learn more and get started for free at notion.com/macOSKen. That's notion.com/macOSKen to help you take the first step toward an organized, happier team today. Notion. That's notion.com/macOSKen. Apple's back-to-school promotion has made its way to Europe, having gone live last month in some countries in Asia, Canada, and the U.S. A piece from 9to5Mac says student shoppers in several European countries can now get a free gift card of up to €150 after buying a new Mac or iPad. The offer is also live in the UK, where qualified purchases will net a gift card worth up to £120. A small correction to a story I brought you earlier this week. I had said that Apple had picked up 51 Primetime Emmy nominations. That was the word from Apple Insider, though they seem to have been off by one. A press release from Apple TV Plus says the streaming service was actually nominated for 52 Primetime Emmys. I would say a pox upon me, but these days that actually seems like tempting fate. Instead, I will just say I stand corrected. Let us never speak of it again. News of a new biopic series for Apple TV Plus. CNET says Peaky Blinders creator and Academy Award nominee Stephen Knight is writing a series for Apple's streaming service chronicling the life of racing legend Enzo Ferrari. Based on the biography Ferrari Rex by Luca Del Monte, the piece says the show depicts Ferrari as a titanic man, complex and multifaceted, who dedicated his genius to the mission of building the fastest racing car in history, but whose legend included a trail of tragedy and torment along the way. This is not Stephen Knight's first time around the track with Apple. He was actually the creator of the flagship Apple TV Plus sci-fi drama, C. No word on when the Ferrari series will get underway. There's a new docuseries with a couple of big names hitting Apple TV Plus relatively soon. The Cupertino streamer issued a press release Thursday announcing Gutsy, a show featuring Hillary and Chelsea Clinton. Based on their New York Times bestseller, The Book of Gutsy Women, the release says the series has the two traveling and speaking with pioneering women artists, activists, community leaders, and everyday heroes. Featured guests include Kim Kardashian, Megan Thee Stallion, Dr. Jane Goodall, Gloria Steinem, Wanda Sykes, Amy Schumer, Goldie Hawn, Kate Hudson, and many more. The 8-episode series hits Apple TV Plus on Friday, the 9th of September. And finally today, if you're a fan of the free Friday Night Baseball in the Apple TV app, get ready to be happy. Mac Rumors says the Cupertino Company and Major League Baseball have announced the roster of games for August. Once again, they are available to watch with no subscription. If you've missed them to this point, the piece says the weekly Friday Night Baseball doubleheaders, along with live pre-game and post-game shows, can be watched in the Apple TV app across the iPhone, iPad, Mac, Apple TV 4K, and Apple TV HD boxes. Select Xbox and PlayStation consoles, select smart TVs, on the web at tv.apple.com and elsewhere. The games are available to watch in the US, Canada, Australia, Brazil, Japan, Mexico, South Korea, and the UK. If you're not particular about which teams are playing, there's your Friday night plan through next month. If you are particular, I'll post the August schedule in this story on macOSKen.com. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by Upstart, fair and fast personal loans. Learn more and check your rate at upstart.com/macOSKen. This show is also sponsored by Notion, one workspace for your whole team. Learn more and get started for free at notion.com/macOSKen. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macosken.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.